What we're gonna demonstrate now is a tactics meeting. And once we're done with the tactics meeting, you probably want to get up and come and look at these forms to see how they're written and so forth. The tactics meeting is an informal meeting, and the role players for this particular meeting are Operations Section Chief Dave, Planning Section Chief Ed. He's also going to serve as the Resource Unit Leader, and Safety Officer Brian.
And logistics, Sean.
Logistics Sean. Okay? So, well, we'll go right into it.
Okay.
Says, remember, this is County SAR, 4-year-old missing boy.
Resource Unit Leader, everyone ready?
I'm good, good.
All set.
You may want to look at this list. This is the resources we currently have available for tomorrow. It includes the folks that were on the hasty search today. Plans. FYI, the investigator is confident that this is a bona fide search for Danny. No known medical issues. His past wanderings have always been to the north of Bickett Road. He has a tendency to go cross country sometimes and up to high ground. He doesn't seem to mind being alone for extended periods of time.
Well, considering the objectives of over here, this last objective, which is
Dave, turn yourself on.
whoop, which is confined the search or contained the search within the area bordered by Chestnut Ridge over here to the north, and Six Forks Road to the east, Bickett Road to the south, and Lead Mine Creek to the west. And our strategy of confinement and point and route searching. Let's divide the operational area into divisions Alpha and Zulu. Okay? Zulu. Okay. So the division breaks are over here where the trail comes out. There's no name trail over on Bickett Road. And over here where that trail hits Chestnut Ridge. The trail will be the division boundary here, with Zulu having primary responsibility for the trail, and Alpha will have everything on this side of the trail. Okay. I'm hoping that if you wandered cross country from the property, that he hit a route or a creek back in here and is following it. I want to concentrate on assigning work and resources to each division. I'll work on segmenting those divisions in search segments once we get some division supervisors on board. They will make reassignments throughout the operational area as they see fit. But let's start with getting some drop points. Logistics has already located the places we had drop points from our last search in this area, so we'll use those same ones. So drop points, I think we had drop point 1 right up here at Chestnut Ridge. And another one pretty close by, right up here where the creek crosses Six Forks Road, is drop point 2. Okay. And over where the South Fork crosses Six Forks Road, we have drop point 3. Then over here where the ridge meets the road over here, and right in those houses, I think we had that as DP drop point 8. And then here at the division break, that's pretty close by, that'll be drop point 9. And where the road dead ends down at Lead Mine Creek, that's going to be drop point 10. Okay. Those are all still good logistics?
Yeah, looks good to me.
Okay. All right. Let's start with working Zulus. That's going to be my priority division. Okay. So what I want to do is search the point last seen area and and search cross country to the west end of Bass Ridge out here. Check abandoned structures. Okay, search along the trail from drop point 9 over here to the confluence of the North Fork and South Fork. Search from drop point 10, along the creek. We're going to go right along Leadmine Creek to the west end of Chestnut Ridge out here. Am I going too fast for you?
You are.
I am.
But I'm keeping up.
That's all right, just tell me to slow down.
All right, search from DP 10 along Leadmine Creek.
Leadmine Creek over to Chestnut Ridge. Okay. Want to patrol the road along this few miles here between drop point 9 and drop point 10 of road patrol. Okay. And over here at drop point 9, I want to put a trail block over here where this trail comes in the road. And another trail block over here at where the division break is on Chestnut Ridge. And let's say, I believe one more trail block down here at Chestnut Ridge and Leadmine Creek. So we'll have 3 trail blocks in that division. Okay. And I want to put a tracker over here at the point last seen, deploy a tracker there. I'm ready to start capturing some numbers.
Sir.
Okay. Let's put 4 SAR teams in Zulu, and I'd like to specifically assign that Type 3 team. I think it's County Sierra 1 there, along with the Type 4 teams, including 3 Type 4 teams, including the Six Forks team. And I think we've got them on your list there. So, yeah, Six Forks. Yeah. And I'd like to put them with that in that division. They're pretty squared away. And let's show 3 dog teams in Zulu, like a Type 1 and 2 Type 2s if we have them. We're going to need 3 2-person trail block teams for that division. And 2 2-person road patrol teams. And show that tracker in Zulu also, please. Gonna need a division soup. Also, because we could end up being out of span of control pretty quick as we shuffle resources around, gonna need some other level of supervision to help be with that division soup or to be assigned to them. It can be a strike team leader or a task force leader, whatever we can get that's available in the system need some lower level supervisory capacity. Okay. Reporting location is gonna be at the ICP, back up here at 0600. And a little bit of special instructions, those 12 block teams need to be prepared for 3 nights out in the field. And the SAR teams need to be prepared for 2 nights out. We'll get on Zulu.
Got it.
Okay. All right, let's move over to Alpha. In Alpha, let's search along the Chestnut Ridge Trail. Also the North Fork and South Fork Creek. Okay, and this trail, this section of trail, the no-name trail between Chestnut Ridge and the confluence there. You got that? Okay. Check abandoned structures. Establish a trail block, one up here at this North Fork, South Fork confluence where the trail comes by there, so we'll just put it here, we'll assign them to Alpha. Let's see what else I had in my notes here. Another trail block over at DP 1 up here, so yeah. I want a dog team to search from DP 3, which is up here where the South Fork crosses the road at 6 Forks Road, and have them search to the division break all the way along the creek and then on the trail over to Chestnut Ridge. And one road patrol from DP 1 all the way across over to DP 9. Let's see. Oh, what to staff Alpha? You good to go with numbers yet? Oh, let's be sure we search drop point 8 along Bass Ridge too. Let's not forget that. Okay, one staff Alpha with 3 SAR teams, type 4 is okay. And also 1 dog team, type 2 is okay. And 2 trail block teams and 2 road patrol teams. Okay, and we're gonna need a division soup, and again, another subordinate supervisor level there, task force leader or strike team leader, either one.
Where do you want them to come?
Okay, yeah, same reporting time, location was good. And when I add a group, also, I want to show a group, let's call it the Rescue and Clue Response Group. Okay, their job is going to be to stage at the ICP for rescue deployment. And any clue processing assignments or following up on clues. I'll go ahead and put some numbers in for resources, knowing that we probably will end up moving them over to one of the divisions before we get started, but let's go ahead. For time being, let's put in for that group. Let's go with, I think, let's go with 3 SAR teams. One of them a type 3 if we can get it. Especially the potential rescue. And a dog team, type 2 is okay. And group supervisor. Same reporting time, location. I think that's it for now. If I get some info that makes me want to adjust anything, I'll try to get it to you before you do the 204s, but otherwise, any changes we have to make, we'll just go with briefing. And logistics, everything looking good on the, so far for this?
Yeah, I think we can support fine.
Okay. Well, see how we doing on with what we're planning on for safety, Brian?
Well, you know, we went out this morning, got an assessment of everything, kind of came up with some hazards and some mitigations. Typically, while he was working on the breakout, I would have been over here just writing this down, so I pre-filled it for the presentation. Disregard the dates, they were from another class. So, some of the things that we're looking at is that we've done these searches before, pretty much the same for every search we've had in this area. Cross-country travel, unstable slopes and things of that nature through thick vegetation. Critter hazards, a bunch of critters out there. Ticks, bees, rattlesnakes, and some poison ivy are on the fringes of the open areas primarily. Also getting drinking water from the creeks, we'll need to make sure they get filtered if you're going to be taking water from the creek itself. The old home sites, abandoned home sites and structures and open wells. Watch out because you never know how stable some of these structures are. There are planks on the floor, some nails lying around. When you're around the open wells, require some extra measures of precaution. You never know how stable the structures are. You don't want to lose anybody inside the well, especially to collapse around the edges. If there's a need for crossing any of the creeks, the depth can be deceptive and water levels are still higher from the last rain. So we'll want to make sure we're looking at these mitigations here, crossing the creeks and the unstable. Kind of concerned about the dog packs that we keep hearing about. I'm hoping that most of our folks out there won't encounter those. We're discouraging any aggressive behavior. I've also have concerns that with most of our personnel that are working with us are carrying firearms, and we want to avoid using those. I plan on mentioning to them the best mitigation for the dogs is avoidance and not using weapons except as a last resort because of the chance of hitting unintended targets. And that could be some of our personnel. Let's be sure the division seeks to reinforce this. The hazards and mitigations are the same for Division 8 and Zulu. I believe the risk of your plan for tomorrow are within acceptable parameters with the normal mitigations. I'll be mentioning vehicles and traffic at the briefing, especially around the ICP, Instant Command Post.
How are our numbers looking? Ed, what do we have to order?
We need to order some, type 4 SARS and type 2 dogs.
3 type 4 SAR teams and 3 type 2 dog teams. We got everything else on hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Logistics, you handle?
Yeah, Dave, why don't you go ahead and just place those orders?
Yeah, if you would, appreciate it. And if I come up with anything else in the planning meeting, I'll be right near before the planning meeting. Logistics?
No, like I said, I think we have everything to support the plan. We'll get those orders placed for you. I know everything coming in usually has its own transportation, but the state has 2 9-passenger vans. So if you think it makes sense to have the vans available to run folks out to drop points because it's pretty tight out there, just let me know and we can get some drivers lined up and we'll have transportation lined up for you all day tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely take you up on the vans being available tomorrow for the ready response transport. I'll check with the inbound teams. Some of them are reluctant about not having their own rigs at their point of deployment. But yeah, you're right, parking gets really tight at some of these trailheads and so on. So let's plan on hauling at least some of them right after a briefing.
Perfect.
Okay. Anything else we didn't cover? We all good? Okay, I believe that's it then. See you at the planning meeting. After the traffic.